This is BHAMBRA here for PSB Sports with the Tyson Fury versus Joseph Parker first and final press conference here today ahead of fight week. I'm joined by the king, Mr. Malik Scott. He's in the UK. How you doing, Malik?
I'm good, baby. Just enjoying the festivities. Looking forward to this fight. You know, I've been in camp with Parker for a few weeks. Huey can fight. Tough young lion coming up. Good fight, man. Good fight.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, can you just talk to us a bit about your involvement in T Park? Obviously, I've been keeping an eye on Joseph Parker's Instagram. You've obviously been in camp. It seems like a real fun camp and a real good, strong setup there. So how's it all been?
Because the New Zealanders just have good energy. Like, you know, they just have good energy. They work hard with good energy. Especially me and Joe, we got good chemistry as far as, you know, even when we box and it gets hectic sometimes, and then sometimes, you know, when we out of the ring, you know, we have fun. It's been a tough camp for the kid, though. You know, he had me. He had a 6'7" guy in camp as well. The X-Man, the X Factor, Xavier. I forgot how to pronounce his last name, but he was in camp as well. And we, you know, kid been putting in a lot of rounds, 10, 12 rounds, 12, 10 rounds. Like, you know, he's been putting a lot of rounds, working hard, taking care of his body, taking care of himself. So, you know, and I'm sure Huey has been doing the same thing, because Peter don't play no games. He gonna make sure his guys, you know, is at the top level and stuff like that. So it's a good fight, man. Very good fight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've also been in a camp with Tyson Fury as well, and now you're obviously been in camp with Joseph Parker.
I was in camp with, well, yeah, I was in camp for Tyson Fury, and Huey was there, but I never boxed Huey. Okay. I boxed Tyson a couple times, and first time I boxed him, the big motherfucker, he busted my eardrum. Boxed him a couple more times, and you know, I got out of there. And it seemed like every time me and these guys have a word, or every time they speak with my name, the first thing they bring up is Tyson Fury busting my eardrum, or me boxing. Yo, it's Tyson Fury, 260-pound man, one of the best heavyweights of our time, made history. He hit me in the eardrum, he busted my eardrum. Indirectly, where I'm from, that's a badge of honor, especially continue boxing the guy after that's done. But that happened, and then Tyson went on to do great things that he did, and I never boxed Huey though, but he was, you know, he's a young lion, man, and he's coming to take the title. You know, Joe is going to have to beat him, which I believe he will do, but he's going to have to, because I believe Huey's going to come to get it.
What sort of positives have you picked up from Joseph in camp? You know, what sort of things do you believe he is doing well in camp, and you know, how do you think that will translate on fight night for Joseph?
I think it'll translate, because, you know, all of us going into these high note fights, we'll say high note fights, and that's fights at the elite level. All of us going, you know, the tension be high, so you have to have good energy, you have to have people around you that's going to bring positivity, you got to have people around you that just keep you, you know, just off of the tension line. And I think that's one of the Joe Parker great attributes, is he's not a very worrying type of fighter. He's not moody. You know, it's fight week, he's doing more smiling and dancing and having more fun in training than probably anybody I've ever seen. Excuse me. Deontay is like that as well. You know, because their mind is made up on what they have to do, but they don't let it stop their life or let it change who they are. So, you know, Joseph Parker, you know, he's going to need that, but he has that. He has that relaxation. So don't be surprised if you see this dude in the dressing room just dancing and having fun before the fight, and go out there and put on a hell of a show like I believe he's going to do.
Additionally, Malik, prediction for you for the Fury v Parker. How do you see it going when it all goes down in Manchester on Saturday?
When I do the math on a fight, I've never seen Huey in a fight. We all know he sparred a lot of people, but I never seen him in a fight under the lights with somebody like Joseph Parker. But I seen Joseph Parker under pressure, under lights, with the Ruiz fight. He had to beat Carlos Takam. He fought Razvan, who's a very awkward, tall guy that people was getting criticized about, but he still got the win. You know, when I do the math on it like that, and just what I just feel, and I'm not too sure about Huey's health. I know he feels good now, but I don't know, you know, how good he's going to feel after 6, 7 rounds, and then with a Joseph Parker. My prediction, Joseph Parker wins by stoppage before 8 rounds.
And Malik, I have to ask you about yourself as well.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the current situation with yourself? I mean, is there a fight scheduled for you soon? I mean,
there was a fight scheduled. I was supposed to fight Robert Helenius, but the fight fell through. So right now, I'm just, you know, in training camp, staying in shape like I always do. I'm known to always be in the gym. I'm a second life type of gym rat type of dude. So right now I'm just waiting on a phone call. My promoters is, you know, pushing it, and you know, Tom Brown and them guys back in the States. So I'll be in the ring pretty soon, and you know, it's no secret that I'm trying to fight any and everybody, because I got to get my revenge, and I got to get the facts straight about, you know, my performance, my shit performance against Luis Ortiz. So
yeah, I mean, a lot was actually made of that fight with Ortiz. What did you make of it now, looking back at that fight in November? Because obviously, if you look at it, you know, yourself and Luis Ortiz, that was a real big, strong heavyweight clash between two, you know, heavyweight fighters, and a lot of people were interested in it. And so now it's all done, and obviously looking back on it 10 months later, how do you reflect on that fight with Luis Ortiz?
Well, obviously I did too much movement. You know, my game plan was to move. I don't want people to get it misconstrued. My game plan was to move, but I think, you know, once Ortiz didn't give me a tired first step, then I just continued to move. And you know, he's a good counter puncher, and us fighters, we go in the ring at times. I'm not the only one. You second guess yourself at times, and you do a little, probably too much safety first shit at times before, you know, aggressiveness. And I failed that night, and that's the thing about fighting. You just got to be willing to get up, go into another training camp, and do it all over again and try to get it right. And I believe next time I will get it right. You're looking at a heavyweight that could perform under the lights and beat any given heavyweight in the world if my mind is right on the right night. So, you know, that's my belief, and that's, you know, that's what keeps me motivated.
Additionally, Malik, how would you assess the world heavyweight scene as you see it at the moment? Obviously, Deontay Wilder's going to fight Ortiz.
Yeah, Deontay is the best heavyweight in the world right now.
And then obviously Pulev, Joshua, Parker against Fury. There's obviously heavyweights coming up.
Best heavyweights in the world right now as well. And I think the super fight and the mega fight is him and Deontay fighting each other. So I'm looking forward to that whenever it happens. First, these guys gotta beat the guys that's in front of them now. But I'm just so excited about them two fighting that I'm speaking on it now. So it's sizzling. This fight right here, Parker, Huey. You got Chisora and Dillon might do a rematch. You got Bellew and Hay might do a rematch, which was a masterpiece for Bellew, in my opinion, the first fight. You got Dermani Rock from Philadelphia coming up. You got the kid I just was in camp with, Xavier. I forgot his last name, the X Factor. There's so many guys that's, you know, coming up in this shit, man, that I'm really looking forward. You got Gerald Washington. Yeah, he lost to Deontay, but he's another Gerald Miller. There's so much. I can name 15, 20 heavyweights that's incredible fighters right now, man, that's coming up. So we'll see, man. We'll see. It's going to be exciting, very exciting, and I'm looking forward to it.
The press conference is about to start. Thank you so much for your time, Malik. I'll see you soon, hopefully, and all the best.
Yeah, baby.